Hello everyone, Keza here, coming to you with a Christmas 2018 sort of a gameplay video. I haven't done one in this style in quite a while, and it's mostly because it cuts down on editing time. I've been pretty busy lately running a Christmas event, the Cerberus Bringing Winter, and that has been even more of a success than I planned on, so I've continued to run it. Not doing a lot of elf hunting, but it's a really fun event for people, so I don't really mind hosting it a little longer. And so when I'm out hunting, when I do go out hunting, this is typically the build I'm using. Switching between a whole bunch of weapons and using an ossytank. I'll pull up my skills here. This character will very shortly be GM Animal Lore, and then I'm also going for GM Veterinary. It's just a matter of time before I get all those skills where I want them. And switching between poison and then just using vank weapons on these things like this, the fights do go pretty quickly. Ones like this where I'm not using a specific slayer for the monster type, it's probably about the same speed as just using energy vortexes. But I do have elf slayer and a dark elf slayer. The elf slayer is ruin, the dark elf is only might. Which is also why I'm not in a dungeon right now, because I don't want to be running around a dungeon with like a whole pile of, weapons on me. That would just be great for a PK to come by or a group of PKs to come by and destroy me before I can get away, get all those slayers off me. The odds of them running into me out here are much more slim. Anyhow, yes, Christmas 2018 is underway. The event I'm running, can I pull it up? Yes, I can. Okay. I'm just going to show it right here real quick. Cerberus Bringing Winter. I've done several parts to this now. All of them are basically the same thing. Jupiter has also got a good bit of storyline going with it. You can look at the full web page for more details. I'm just going to go through it quickly. Basically, I have a whole, pile of loot, and I can force a white worm to pick up all the stuff I want them, which is mostly Christmas scrolls, holiday coins, and storyline books. And then I release them out in the world. People have been killing them everywhere. Most people actually don't post their screenshots of their kills and all that stuff. Some people do. Anyways, that's pretty much the whole event. If you want more details, you can go online and look it up. Of course, that's only relevant for Christmas right now. Alright. Just trying to remember where I am in this area. I'm basically in the middle of nowhere. There's not much out here. Sometimes when I just go out into nowhere, I find tons of elves because no one's been there in quite a while, and then other times it's quite dry. So it's really a toss-up. And then of course the kind of loot you get off the elves is another toss-up. If I was in a dungeon, I'd have a higher chance of actually getting something nice, like Christmas scroll or whatever, but I am not. I'm out here to avoid the risk of PKs. Of course, I'll just get killed by monsters, won't I? And there is an elf somewhere. I missed him. He was back here. Alright. And with the elves, pretty much all the things I fight out here, I always start out with the poisoned weapon. Oh, except for these guys, because they just cure it, so it's kind of a waste. I got the Elf Slayer. It's only ruin, but still, it does a decent bit more damage to them just being a Slayer with even a small damage modifier on it. you can get through these fights so much faster using slayers and stuff. And these mages are also troublesome for people using the energy vortexes, whereas I just demolish that guy in a matter of seconds. So that is a big advantage to using this build type. Most people would more likely run around with a Provo Dexter. The thing is, though, that elf, like you saw, is just chilling out there all on its own. Ooh, there is two things around here. So if you're just running around and there's basically chickens and stuff in the area, using your character to Provo onto it is going to be a little difficult, because the elf will likely just kill everything while you sit there trying to do damage to it. And then for these guys that I don't have a Slayer for, like I said, I just use a vanquishing weapon. Still initiating the poison at the beginning of the fight is quite helpful. I need to figure out exactly how much damage that's adding, because there's the 23s you see coming off is the deadly poison. I don't remember exactly how much damage it does total if they stay at a high enough life point to keep it going. Well, it's still doing 23 damage there. Might do 23 all the way to the end. No, it went down to 17 there. But yeah, these fights are much faster than using energy vortexes right here. Anyone who uses the EVs will notice that. Come on. There we go. And then I saw... I must have gone out of range of the other one. Must be down here somewhere. I could also try tracking these again. Nope. Man, not finding many elves. Last time I came out to this area, there were much more. I do not know where that other monster went. Oh well, I'm not going to run around in the same area too long looking for it. I'm just going to continue checking. A dark elf. There's something to kill. Wearing blue. Usually I see them wearing more like purple. And then the elves are wearing green. Just make sure I have my Dark Elf Slayer, yeah. It's might, so a little better. At some point I might upgrade, or I don't know, eventually I might even get a repawned fencing weapon. Something I don't have. Boom. This ossytank can take on all these things fairly easily. They've been recently murdered by a knight, though. Repeatedly murdered by the same knight. It was funny. If you miss a heal or anything when you're fighting a knight with this ossytank build, it's pretty much done. It's just, you don't have to try to resurrect him without him getting killed again. I'm hoping to find at least something like a knight, though. Some kind of slightly higher level thing. Man, lots of wisps in this area. Just gonna keep running around. I have another character that is basically a tracking discordance mage. And they can kill this stuff pretty quickly because with a mixture of using an EV and Discordance, they do go down a bit faster that way. Oh, that's the hillside. Not going to track anything in there. Anything? No monsters? Wow. Unless I missed my guess, there is an active NPC camp up here. Yep. A dark elf. Let's go find him. Did I ever show this character's building completely? I think so. I don't want to waste my poison on that thing. Kill it though. Just to get it away from me. The other day I killed a snake and it had a platinum on it. I was quite entertained by that. The odds of that happening are so slim. I think it's 1 out of 400 or something. There we go. And I have on the correct Slayer. I'm still new to this mass amount of weapon swapping, so I usually check which weapon I have on after I do it, just to make sure I didn't screw up. While I'm doing that, see if there's anything else. Oh, there is. So with all my stuff of running the Cerberus event, I have done so little farming that I actually have not found a single Christmas scroll yet. I've given away over 20 of them, but I've yet to get one from this specific event. I'm using a lot of the ones I got last year, and also some people donated some, I bought some. It's actually a relatively cheap event to run. When you see people around buying pairs of sandals for like 15 million, and I'm spending just a few million to run the Cerberus event, it seems pretty worth it. Is this thing still poisoned? Yes, it is. Ah, the ones with the spears. So these guys do the most damage in general. These fencers, which is also why this character is a fencer, because it's pretty high damage. The only thing that beats just a straight fencer, without taking the lumberjacking skill, of course, is just using a swordsman with a katana. But otherwise, fencing provides you the biggest range of high damage weapons, which you can clearly see when you fight these elves, and they do huge amounts of damage to you with fencing. And an elf. Lucky me. Yes, this is what I was talking about. Sometimes it's like really dry, and then other times you just find an area where no one's been there in a while. Oh wait, this one's a mage. Aren't they? No, they're not. I couldn't quite tell. What the? I guess it would help if I was in war mode. There we go. Now switch. Yes, like I said, still new to the weapon swapping. I'll get better at it over time. Can you snoop these guys? You can snoop them while you're fighting them. You learn something every day, don't you? But that's interesting. So it shows... We'll see if that changes when they die. The 537 or whatever. Because usually they have more loot on them than just that. I wonder if the loot's generated when they die? Yeah, because they had that mace. Yeah, so the loot's generated when they die. But the gold is static. That's on them when they spawn. Interesting. Wow. Color me impressed. Well, I guess it's not that impressive. Oh, yes. I never track these guys because, well, it's going around in the middle of nowhere. Oof. I wonder. This thing's still poisoned? It is not. I'll have to switch that up. I wonder how hard it's going to be for him to cure this. Because this is one of the casting ones. And without my deadly poison, killing one of these things takes a good while. Alright, switch over to my Vank. Ah, he already cured it. Dang it. Yeah, normally, as you guys saw, the fights do not take this long. This is one of the few occasions where pulling out my mass army of tames would be quicker. But the problem with huge amounts of tames all the time is running around is just so difficult. You can't move around with a bunch of tames. Even if you just have 2 dragons following you, you can't run around and do tracking and that. You really have to gate in and out. Well, at least I got a holiday coin. I forget if cutting these, no, it usually doesn't do anything. A magic cleaver. Alright. There we go. And into a dungeon we jump. And what do you know? Found something right away. Let's get the correct weapon going. Watch a PK come along like almost instantly. Come on. There we go. Dark Elf Slayer. Not that it's greatly needed for the extremely short fight I'm going to have with this archer. And all the mass amount of healing I'm going to have to do from the huge damage output of an archer. Oh, man. These elves are pretty solid proof that archery still needs some work. Most fights, I don't even really have to heal my ossytank before it's all over. With the archers, anyway. Very different story if you're fighting a fencing elf. Another elf. Someone has not been here recently. With a warhammer. You're going to do a little bit more damage than that archer did. Anything else? Just the elf in this particular area. I'll check for animals next. See if there's a reindeer. Most likely it'll just pick up rats. Nope. Rats and snakes. Oof. Maybe I should stop getting hit. That's a good idea. Oh, dang it, I hate it when they do that. as well ask. Alright, well... Seeing someone else here makes me think I need to switch it up. Because they've probably already tracked up top and all that jazz. Let's just do a tracking here. Nothing up on level 1, it looks like. Again, as you watch this video, don't do what I do. Don't go into a dungeon loaded up with slayers. It's a bad idea. You don't really need tracking in these areas, I guess. It's pretty linear. Yeah, if I'm gonna use my tracker effectively, I need to go to a place like Deathstard. The place I'm most likely to get slaughtered and lose all of my weapons. Let's do that. That's a perfect idea. There's an elf, but there's a champion spawn, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Oh, to my doom. 2 elves. Let's see if I can kill them without entangling with dragons. Oh, bother, someone's already here. That's expected, though. Well... No. Oh, pff, what do you know? This thing's still poisoned? It is not. I'll have to switch that macro up here in just a second. Come on, poison. This one is poisoned. The heck? That poison is usually rather immediate. There we go. Alright, got my elf slayer going. Oh, yeah, this wandering healer doesn't need any help. I might. There we go. Aggro was on the right person. The right animal, I should say. Yeah, those wandering healers can be useful tanks if you find them in the right place. I'll just take all whatever you got. Alright, well, if there was one, there might be more. There sure enough is. Ooh, he's in there. Let's see if the other one's in there too, the dark elf. Yeah. They're both in that faction area. I can't get to them. Oh well. At least got one out here. Nice. And it looks like he's also back in that faction area, yeah. Alright, well, maybe if I just put a little distance between me and that, I can track something that I can actually get to. A ranger. Here we go. Man, I wish I could separate them. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Oh, I used the wrong macro. Well, I'll need it anyways. Let's go with poison. It's the wrong thing. This one's poisoned. Ugh, got the aggro on. Yeah, I can't. Archery may not be that great, but I can't just sit there and take hits. See, the good thing about with a knight and whatnot is it's much easier to split them. They actually run after you much more. Well, this guy's kind of running after me. Ooh, that's not good. Poor bird. Okay. Let's heal this ossytank before I put it in battle. That's an idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to single things out here. Hi, elf. Who's broken into someone's house. Oh yeah, that ranger's coming back this way. That's good. I'll be able to, yeah, just take all these out one at a time. Obviously, if I had a bard, this situation would be easier. Why don't you lock your door? Jesus, how many of those things are you gonna spawn? This guy cannot hit the broadside of a barn, I tell you. Let's see if I can't get poison on him. Whichever one of these still has poison. You can hit the broadside of my Ostard though, can't you? Oh, my largest GM, that's great. There we go. Jesus. I can't, how many ads? I'm gonna have a lot of elves to plow through after this guy. Alright. So he's got poison. Poison on him. These rangers are by far the easiest to tank with my Ostard. Oh, and my Lore's GM, so I can do this now. I could poison him again, but I'm not going to right now. What I can do is figure out which one of these. So that one's done. I'm gonna remove target, add target, that one. Alright. Oh, I forgot they did that annoying thing. Maybe I should put this poison back on him. Or not. Just hurry up and die. There we go. Oh, and look at something to add to the Cerberus Foundation. So did this thing not have poison? No, that one's not poisoned either. Shoot, I'm going through these Chris's too quickly. Alright, well, that's unfortunate because that really helps my damage. Oh. I thought I had grabbed more than one. Oh well. You know what? Let's do something somewhat intelligent here. Let's go ahead and bank the scroll. Probably not on top of the green coins. And then I'm gonna grab a loot bag and 3 of these guys with poison. And why not 50 more of these? Alright. Destard. Never too early to bank. Hi. Oh, maybe I should set this. Remove. Add target. There we go. And everything should be back to normal now. I have a poisoned weapon that will eventually work. It is poison. There we go. And now that all of those things are supposedly dead, yeah, this is the last elf in the area. Magic? Well, magic's better than what I have. This is a very newbie character. I think all the magic items I have are unidentified. That's what happens when you make a character and you go out and you immediately start farming with them. So I'm guessing that guy who came from that direction is a tracker, so there's probably nothing in that direction. I'm gonna go down here. Look for whatever I can find. So far, nothing. Oh, this area is going to be flooded with monsters. But reindeer? Vixen, yes. And is Vixen a caster? I hope not. What? They're not a courtyard, are they? Courtyard. Shoot. Lucky for someone else, unlucky for me. Alright, I should have enough range to... There we go. This is another courtyard one. We'll find out soon. This guy's way the heck over here. Nope. Oh, but he's a fencer. Make sure I got my poison one on. Let's see. Remove that one. Add target to the one that actually has poison. That's the only problem with using all these poison things is mixing around your macros so much. And then Dark Elf, got it. Gosh, that swing speed. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the dex on this guy. What the heck? How can you have 75 dexterity and swing that spear so ridiculously fast? It must be, I don't know, some kind of different attribute that's programmed into them. Oh, there was something. You always want to pick up these weapons because they can drop some Slayer stuff. Okay, well, I'm pretty much at the end here. Oh, I do find an elf. Didn't think I'd find anything else over here. Just for good measure, let's see. Nothing else in this immediate area. Yep. So finding all this stuff just outside the entrance of a dungeon gives me an idea as to where to farm next. We'll see if it's a good idea or a bad idea here in a minute. Let's hop on and... yeah, so I'm going to go over here. Whoa! What in the blazes? I can try to resurrect this dude's dragon, or I can try to resurrect him. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna let him do his thing. So I wonder if, oh wow. So those didn't spawn from the same... Oof. Please don't be aggroed on me. Okay. As long as they're not aggroed on me, I'm fine. I do have to keep up with heals quite a bit, though. Man, that guy's gonna be there for a while rezzing those dragons. Ooh. Come on. I need you one tile that way. And then using the correct Slayer would be helpful. Jesus, these guys with the spears, like... Another one with low dex. Like, how are you slaughtering my Ostards so fast with that spear? And an ice golem? Yeah, this was the right move. There's just tons of stuff over here. Boom. Alright. I'll get that golem in just a second. And I like the magic weapons. Switch over to... Oh, ha! Misread. Iron Golem. At a glance it looked like Ice Golem. Okay, well, there's an elf. I'm sorry if you guys think it's rude that I didn't go back and help him resurrect his dragons, but I just have so little playtime, it's hard for me to help people a lot in-game, and then help events, and then actually get farming in. Monsters. Snow elemental. This is something at least. Oh wait, no, it's not something. It's that's a normal monster that spawns out here. However, the elf is not. And I'm not gonna waste poison on him. Hurry up, Ostard. You're so slow. And you didn't even go to the right spot. I want my Ostard to be able to cast Magic Reflect on themselves. That's my next request for an update. Gosh, these elves just have so few hit points. The casters. Is there any other elves around here? There are. And hopefully one that's not stuck in a courtyard. There we go. I called it. Stuck in a courtyard. Okay, well. I think that's only the third thing I've seen stuck in a courtyard. Man, this area and the houses out here. It's crazy. Where could... Oh, those sheep aren't going to last long. I should be keeping my eyes peeled a little bit more for, well, I guess I know where that guy's at. Does it still have poison on it? It does. Are you kidding me? Do I have to stand in his aggro spot to get him to shoot my Ostard? Is that the trick with these archers? It's so weird. him down like nothing. There's an elf up ahead. Ooh, forget the elf. Let's get poison on. Ready? Oh no, not another one of these fights. So this time I can lure him. Man, these reindeer are so much easier to kill when I can just poison them. I only think about 2 or 3 of the different reindeers can actually cast. I just keep running into the ones that are casting. That's a lot of hit points to get through the old-fashioned way. Speaking of skills and all that. Well, that's not good. Nope. Very not good. I guess I could lock that. Dang it. That poison is going to be the death of my Ostard. Blocking my heals. Alright, so this character is approaching their final build. I just have to do a bunch more veterinary healing, which is not going to be a problem with fights like this. And how's this guy's skills doing? Up to 96 already. That was fast. Oh, a fight so long that your buffs go off. It's depressing. I'll put him back on just because there seems to be another monster near enough. Only 400 hit points to go. Yep. Man, why so much strength? Of course, they'll never run out of mana. Doesn't matter how long you spend fighting them. At least they're not, I don't see apt to flame strike and all that stuff very often. If this thing used its magery, like a Balron or something, dude, my ossytank would be toast. Those things usually start out the fight with like a double flame strike poison. Just demolish the ossytank really fast. Yeah, I've never found anything cutting them. I'm not sure if there's any benefit. Let's get poison. Poison that's not poisoned. Not very helpful. This one's poisoned. There we go. Is this the Macer guy? Oh, I'm sorry, Astard. You have no stamina at all. Ooh. This guy's doing a decent bit of damage. Usually only the fencers do that. Once in a while I find an Axer elf that also does damage, but the Axer one seems to just use swordsmanship. I don't think they have lumberjacking, otherwise they would be a much bigger threat. Okay. A dark elf. I am getting lucky with this area. Oh, is it a courtyard? 50-50, it's a courtyard. No, it's not that. It's right here. Nice. As I recall, I didn't reset that macro. That damage is just so immediate. Damn you, fast elf with no dex. These things absolutely plow down energy vortexes. It is funny. Not as quickly as the knights do. The mounted knights, those things just take out a vortex in like 20 seconds. It barely has enough time to get a poison on them before they just mash it down. More loot. Can't wait to see what all this loot is, because I haven't had a chance to do much looting. It's gonna be great. Monsters, nope. Well, I'm gonna come up on full circle for this island. Being here brings back memories of just running through taming everything. I know it's a dead end over here, I'm just checking. Nope. The tracker is useful here, but I guess not super required because, taming area. Most of these areas, I mean, you can cover almost this whole island without using tracking pretty quickly. Unless I'm wrong, I think I'm just coming around and this is the one stuck in the courtyard again. Oh, it's not. What in the world? A rat noise? Right. I guess I could have dismounted slightly closer to him. Gosh, that flame strike barely even touched him. What kind of resistance do you have? 32? This must have low majory. No? That's weird. That flame strike should have done much more damage. Any other volunteers? Nope, not in the area. I'll go just a little bit this way and then I'll head out. Oh man. Additionally, my time is almost up. Nope, nothing over here. Alright, where is another location I randomly have marked that I could try? No, those are all... I have a lot more T2A stuff. Alright, I think I'm going to have to call it then. That has been a good farming run anyhow. So yeah, that's about what I've been up to. I shouldn't bank just right there. hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm definitely going to edit out some of the less successful hunting I did, but for the most part, I mean, that was the first scroll I got. I need to repoison a bunch of weapons and go through my loot. But yeah, I have been using this build for just a little bit now, still getting used to all the weapons swapping and whatnot. Yeah, it's pretty effective. It's much faster than my using a mage tracker with energy vortex. I mean, you saw how fastly it can just go through some of the elves, especially the casting ones, and it has the advantage of being able to take out single targets very quickly, whereas the Provo Dexter is going to have a little bit more difficulty with that. So I mean, there's trade-offs to every build. I personally really like this one, and if I had better Slayer weapons than just Might and Ruin, this build would work even better. But for now, it's working. I'm getting, you know, scrolls and holiday coins and whatnot. So yeah, that is about all I have time for right now. I'm gonna have to go make some more Cerberuses to put throughout the world. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you around in game.